Do you know what the meaning of Kurd?
No.
Kurd means nomad, a persons who live in mountain and living with the sheep and cows. It means that, yeah.
Salam YouTube, this is Yan. I am right now in Isfahan, but today I and my friend we're going to explore the western part of Iran, namely the provinces of Kurdistan. And since there are lots of Kurdish people who are living in those provinces, we're ready to explore some Kurdish culture. We're now leaving for Kurdistan now. Now it's about 8:30 p.m. in Isfahan, and this ride takes approximately 12 hours. So tomorrow morning at around 9 we will be arriving at Sanandaj. And to prepare for this long ride I got this. So I think I'll have a very good sleep tonight. The VIP bus in Iran is pretty cool. Look at this, I can almost sleeping in a bus. And there is also a TV with some Japanese movies. And there is also USB. You can really enjoy a VIP service in Iranian bus. We have arrived in the morning in Sanandaj, the capital city of the Kurdish province in Iran, and we are now in the main street. And look at this. The main population of the Kurdistan province is the Kurds, and they have the special, let's say, special way of dressing. Look at those pants. This is a street vendor selling typical Kurdish pants.
You will be lost in this.
I and Mohammed, we want to find a hotel room to drop our luggage, and then at this hotel we were told that we need 2 rooms because we are not allowed to stay in 1 room because we are not married. And in case if we stayed in 1 room and he got caught by the police, he will be sentenced for 6 months in jail.
To marry you. Yeah, it's necessary.
Really?
Yeah. And if I marry to you, if I want to marry to you, maybe they cut my right hand and left leg.
In touristic cities like Isfahan this won't happen, but in places like Sanandaj there are not many hotels, and they are fully controlled by the police station, and that's why.
Sagan is traditional Kurdish chewing gum, and it's made from trees. It's trees.
So it's a traditional chewing gum from the Kurdish part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's very healthy to chew.
Ooh.
Okay.
I take a little bit of it.
It tastes like a pine tree.
Wow.
No, that's awesome.
It's very special. It tastes like pine tree, exactly. They are very soft.
It's tough, a traditional Persian game.
Persian game?
Yeah. It's invented a few years after Indians invented chess. And in a competition, the famous Persian philosopher, which is called boerding, in Isfahan, made this. Yeah. And sent it to India. and they mix it together. And if you buy chess, you can find takhte on another side. They are mixed together. Now we are going to try Iranian traditional ice cream, saffron ice cream with cream, pistachio, and rose water.
Let's go.
Let's go black.
Mohammed told me the ice cream we tried in Isfahan is not the most authentic.
Yeah.
But in Sanandaj you can find the most authentic ice cream. There are different parts inside. There is some pistachio, cream pieces, saffron, and rose water. This is the Asaf Mansion, one of the very important museums in Sanandaj, and this house used to be a mansion for the rich people. Look at this big courtyard, and in this place you can see what a traditional Kurdish culture looks like. For the windows, for the style of the buildings, you can see here there are lots of glass windows, but this is not Islamic architecture, it is the traditional Kurdish architecture.
Now we can see the kursi. Kursi was a very traditional and old instrument to make yourself warm. They make that table like that and put this pillow and burn some coal. There is not enough gas or fuel to burning in the winters. You just need to warm yourself with kursi. Right next to the urban dwelling, it's the rural dwelling. So that is a loom, horizontal loom they used to make the carpet. And here that's the cradle, this is the gallion, and this is for the tea. And this is the kitchen of the mansion. Again we see a fountain, a small courtyard, and here the pot to make rice. And up till now many people in Iran are still using this big pot. This is the equipment they used to make a very famous Iranian drink called du. So that is leather, often from the goat, from the sheep, I guess. They put milk inside and then they shake in order to separate butter from the rest of the milk. And then they ferment this milk to make dough. And from here, this is the oven to bake the bread. In the afternoon, a new friend, Faragi, she's going to join us for this journey. We've seen a lot of wild grapes on the way from Marivan to Kermanshah, so we decided to get out of the car and get some grapes. Driving through the Zagros mountains, and that is a very typical traditional vernacular architecture in this mountain region. So the character of the houses is that the roof of the house at a lower level are the courtyard or street for the houses that at a higher level. So the houses goes like this, like staircases. And here there is also the white grape. Right next to the street. A bit sour, but very delicious. Yeah, because they not completely grow.
I will get the last one and we can leave. Wow. Look at what we've got. This. This type of traditional dwelling is quite typical to Iran, and since this village is built in a valley, so those houses, they are like steps. Look at that. And one major character is that, first of all, it's built of stones, big stones like this. And secondly, the rooftop of houses at lower position, they are served as the courtyard for the houses at a higher position, or the roof can be used as roads. The population, what's the main ethnic groups in this?
They're also known for Huramis.
Hurami.
Yeah, because it's another side of Uramanat. And they also known the Uramanat people as Uramis or Huramis.
Hurami.
They call them Hurami. They also speaking like Huramis and speaking Hurami and clothing Hurami. Yeah.
Are they Kurdish or?
Yeah, they are Kurdish.
Kurdish
Pure
Hurami.
Kurdish, yeah.
We are Kurdish people.
Do you understand? Do you understand their language?
Yes, yes.
Do they
Speak and I understand them.
They have the most of the words are the same. Yeah, and most of the grammar, but they have some local words. What the meaning of Kurd?
No.
Kurd means nomad, a persons who live in mountain and living with the sheep and cows. It means that, yeah. In Farsi, Kurd means ramegardan, a person who lives with sheep and cows and horses in the mountains, and it means nomad. And 7,000 years ago, the first signs of planting seeds and beans found in Zagros. And the first people who planting seeds was Lorestan people or Lor people or Kurd people. But most of them are Lor, because the Kurds are just working or living with sheep and cows.
Look at this beautiful river. Wow, it's so cool. But this water is really freezing. Salam. Hi. Hello. And finally, before leaving Palangan, I want to say that actually every year during the Nowruz, the New Year in Iran, and also celebrated in Tajikistan, part of Afghanistan, and during Nowruz there will be a huge celebration in this village in Palangan. People were dressed up in traditional clothes and there will be a huge fire. So I highly recommend that you visit Palangan at this time. Our trip in Kurdistan is coming to an end. I want to end this video with the food we eat. So this is a rib kebab, a specialty in Kermanshah. And here we have the Shanlis kebab. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.